of you. Father Sahu is a head professor in operating management. 16 IMS Some Hospital. Previous for Foxy for Isopar. That's all. Thank you. Uh, okay. Spirituality. My esteemed chairpersons and the most valued audience, around 17 present here in the evening. Blessings from Lord Jagannath and greetings from Odisha. So I have to talk within the next 20 minutes regarding the spirituality in elderly post-menopausal women. So I do claim that spirituality is a part of life. It is not a therapy for menopause or aging. It acts as a booster and buffer along with any treatment, whether it is definitive or alternative therapy. Because God cannot be everywhere, He made mothers. Because God cannot be everywhere, He made mothers. This statement justifies that all mothers, whether premenopausal or postmenopausal, are made by God. So here only the spirituality is linked with post-menopausal women. My tribute to my mother who is in the heaven, listening to my lecture along with these esteemed 17 audiences. So the cup of tea that she comes up at the time of even the chilling winter at 4 a.m. when I was starting to read something to prepare for my next case or something like that. She sits beside me and tells, "Dear son, you are so busy that I do not get time. This is the time that I can talk with you for a few minutes." So that cup of tea is not an ordinary cup of tea. That cup of tea is not ordinary cup of tea. It is the full of blessings and blessings from my mother. My tribute to my teacher, Madam S.N. Tripathi, who is still at the age of 82 moving like a young lady. And her version is, whatever I am doing, then it is due to Lord Jagannath. If it is a failure, then it is due to Lord Jagannath. So Jagannath Bharasa, that is. In this side picture, it is in Hyderabad when I was felicitated as the best speaker of the ISOPORB conference. She was there with me. Dear friends, I will touch in short about all this. What is spirituality? Why is it essential for elder women? Buddhism on aging, Bhagavad Gita on aging, spirituality on three evils that an elderly woman faces: solitude, disease and disability, and fear of death. I will give importance. Can I prevent or reduce the sufferings of an aged woman? That is the preventive aspect, my dear friends. So, what is spirituality? Spirituality is nothing but a faith or trust on some power which is controlling the whole universe, that is beyond the human's control. That faith is known as spirituality. A young toddler of 2 to 3 years was going to temple daily, uttering few words and coming back daily. One gentleman asked, "What are you doing?" "I am praying, God." "What are you praying?" "I am telling him the 26 alphabets taught in the school." "So what does it mean to God?" "Now, I know God knows everything." These 26 alphabets he also knows. From these alphabets he will frame words, from words to sentences, so he can know what I am begging for, praying for. So that is called spirituality, faith on God. So why it is so much special on the elder woman? Because now aging is thought to be aging population is a social burden, torn social fabrics, old age home cultures, emptiness syndrome, helplessness, ill health, disability, cognitive shifts, loss of near and dear ones, and increase in crime against elder people. Therefore, we are going to discuss about this. Spirituality is a boost. Therefore, it promotes resilience, enhances well-being of the elderly, fosters community, provides meaning that I am not finished, still I have to contribute, eases mortality anxiety. My physical body may be less efficient and less beautiful in old age, but God has given me an enormous compensation. My mind is richer, my soul is broader, and my wisdom is at the peak. Be rooted at the divine, my dear friends. Then will remain unaffected by the world's turbulence. It can be compared with a bird. A bird may sit on the branch of a tree, but it is totally independent of the tree. If the branch breaks, it takes off on its wings, developing wings of spirituality. Please do develop the wings of spirituality. Buddha Dev, as per our history, we know that he first recognized that old age, there is a problem. The four sides he saw: an old man revealing that aging is inevitable, a sick man showing the health is fragile, a dead body that everybody is must to die, and a wandering ascetic. How much happy the ascetic was, a monk. So according to Buddha, his view was that old age is not as a tragedy to be avoided, but as an inevitable natural law and a powerful catalyst for spiritual awakening. He emphasized that physical decay spares no one. Suffering doesn't come from the aging itself, but from our internal resistance to the natural flow of life. On Bhagavad Gita, everybody knows, Vasansi Jnani Jatha Vihaya. It speaks that as a person puts on a new garment, giving up old one, the soul similarly accepts the new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones. That is also mentioned about old age. So now coming to the three evils that I will discuss or touch points. One is solitude, disease and disability, and fear of death. So why solitude and spirituality we will discuss. Solitude is a deadly enemy during the old age. Elders should avoid this at any cost. They should somehow find ways of interacting with other people to keep off loneliness. Somehow try to avoid loneliness. The old solitude in old age, why it is a deadly enemy? Because of these 6 D's: devil thought, depression, disease, death, dependency, and disability. So you have to keep away from it. But, a big but, the positive aspect of solitude is that it is essential during the menopausal years. Menopause is a woman's time to connect with and establish a relationship with her deeper self. It is a time to gather strength for our elder years. The earlier we begin to take, the better. It is time to celebrate, honor, and encourage the emergence of the wise woman within us. Therefore, that is important, solitude. Mother Teresa is the brightest example regarding how he has utilized the solitude through so many, the orphanages. Loneliness and the feeling of being unwanted is most terrible, she had said. Let us always meet each other with a smile, for the smile is the beginning of love. So let us try to smile. So one day, an elderly woman around 90 years was hospitalized. She was being treated by the doctor, by the nurses, by everybody. Routine medical therapy, nothing else. Out of them, one young sister, every after the round, comes to her. Tell something, talks with something and something how Ajib she is known to her. So that created a bond between that nurse and the patient. One day this nurse found a sheet where it is written that she was the ex-headmistress of some, a renowned school, and a photograph showing that she has rescued a number of children from a fire tragedy. Then when he saw it, he just posted it on her WhatsApp message group. Then you will remember that by getting this message through the WhatsApp group, hundreds and hundreds of replies received. So many students, so many followers gathered in the hospital to see her. So that is how that a legacy should be created to avoid your solitude. So disease and disability, caring for humanity is highest form of spirituality. I have written, you may ask me, service to living and service to non-living. Is it service to God? Why non-living? So when Prahlad's father asked to Prahlad, show me where is your God? Is your God is in this pillar? Now yes. Then what did Hiranyakashipu did? Then he kicked that pillar and Narasingha avatar, God came out. So non-living there is also God. You service your car, you service your phone, you service your air conditioner. Why? For the comfort. This comfort also will go to the elderly people. Therefore, I say service to non-living is also service to God. So service to, living beings, spirituality with physicians, that is important. We are the brand of physicians also made by God to serve these elderly women. So empathy is the panacea for, health service providers. Treat the patients as goddesses. As a gynecologist, as I say, my patient is my Saraswati, my patient is my Lakshmi, because I learn from her, I earn from her. So therefore my patient is my goddess. Pray God before examining, treating and operating. So therefore as if there is God inside the patient. While there is any bad news, you must be prepared to convey her. So physician as God, the physician is to be esteemed as God for the power of the death, as a God, or has the power of life. The physician heals, nature makes well. To the patient, the doctor is a savior, a magician, and a God rolled to one. So preventing the adversities. In that, we have to go to nature. You have to revive our tradition so that we can feel the pulse of spirituality there. Then you have to read this poem. The first sentence is, you should plant. What is the best time to plant a tree? The answer is 20 years back. Why? The first sentence is, अंतिम समय जब कोई नहीं जाएगा साथ, एक वृक्ष जाएगा. Underline this. अंतिम समय जब कोई नहीं जाएगा साथ, तब एक वृक्ष जाएगा. So what a moral it is teaching to all of us, my dear friends. You can worship God through, you can plan your time by making a garden. It is said that if you have a garden and a library, you have got everything you need. Therefore, do have those things. You see, if you become a grandmother, you start thinking 20, 30 years back. At that time, you produce 5 children. After few years, you are then 25 grandchildren. Then another 10, 25, so 125 grandchildren. Can you feel alone? No. So therefore, you revive your tradition. Marriage is an important event in the life. Therefore, if you take advantage of that, you can have a healthy married life at the later age. Marriage is a sacred bond between two imperfect people, which is made possible by a perfect God and held together with limitless love, unshakable faith, and undying devotion for one another. Therefore, there are prathas like, this is one quote, another quotation says, marrying a man 8 years younger guarantees the family with prosper. family will prosper. If you marry a man which is 8 years at least younger, then your family will prosper. You see Macron, you see Anjali Tandolkar. Can those ladies suffer from postmenopausal problems? Because their younger husbands are younger, they will stand as pillar of strength before them. So therefore, dear friends, do that. If you follow the horoscope, Raja Jotaka, if you marry, then least chance of botheration in the elderly. If you follow the Sat Feras and obey all this by true letter and spirit, you can very little chance of suffering during the old age. So the elderly women, marriage and spirituality function as twin pillars that deeply shape their psychological well-being, health outcomes, and overall quality of life. As women navigate the transitions of later adulthood, such as retirement, physical decline, and change in family dynamics, these two domains provide the vital emotional, structural, and extensive. Dear friends, many innovative methods are there. You can be connected with nature in 1001 means. Rituals and devotions are many. You can work with the community. As a leader, be a group leader, be a pilgrimage leader, then you can enjoy your life. Then fear of death. The fear of death principle is live rich but don't die rich. Live rich but don't die rich. You die empty. Whatever you have, your knowledge, your experience, your money, anything, you just disburse and disburse and disburse before you go to the. During the death, what Alexander has said, that you see, I have earned so many things. Now I am from a disease that cannot be cured by the doctors. So the first thing is that 4 doctors will carry my coffin. Second is, now throw all the gems, coins, money, whatever it may be on the road, so that the common people will walk on it. And third one, put my hands, throw a hole 2 sides, so that they will feel that I am helpless. I have come alone and I am going alone. Dear friends, last prayer everybody should practice. Anayasena maranam, vina danena jivanam, dehante tava sanidhyam, dehi me parameswaram. So daily you just wish for without pain, death, without any dependence, life. And at the time of death, I can see only the face of Lord Jagannath and Jagannath. To conclude, my dear friends, you only live once, but if you do it right, once is enough. Ultimately, the intersection of aging and spirituality reveals that life's later chapters are not a fading twilight, but the radiant dawns of the soul's true brilliance. As the physical vessel softens, the spirit expands, providing that, like a white candle in a holy place, so is the beauty of an aged face. How beautiful poem it is. We close the exploration with the beautiful realization that the sunset of the physical form is merely a prelude to the magnificent boundless dawn of the liberated soul, echoing the timeless truth that beautiful young peoples are accidents of nature, but beautiful old people are the works of the art. Beautiful, really beautiful. What the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the master calls it a butterfly. Every elder deserves a home that they can call their own. People to care for them and look after. And health care that is available at their doorstep. And a feeling of security. Therefore, the ultimate goal is a peaceful environment to live, a supportive therapy, an empathetic physician like Madam Saleni and a hospital, Sobhagya Hospital, na? Okay. Then a sympathetic husband like Gangadhar Sahu standing here. Then only they will be there. Dear friends, Lord Jagannath is there. Sarvadharman paritejya mamekam saranam braja aham tvang sarvapapebhyo mukhi samima sucha. When everything fails, then surrender and surrender and surrender before Lord Jagannath. You have saved Draupadi in the Kurusava. You have saved so many. Then what fault I have done? Please save me at the time of need. Now I am very much thankful to the organization who has invited me to give this talk, Spirituality in Elderly Women, a talk which is out of syllabus, a talk which is out of boundaries, and a talk which is out of imagination. And with this amount of valuable peoples and wise people I have delivered, I am too much satisfied with that. So this is Saurav and their team who is there. So one again my thanks to the team that they have managed the conference so beautifully. And I Gangadhar Sahu, an ordinary man surrounded by so many extraordinary people, I feel that my talk is worth delivering. Thank you very much. Thank you, experts. I have completed it before time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's always pleasure to listen to you. And today, talking about the spirituality, the rhythm of your voice were really taking us to the spiritual life also. So that's too good, sir. Thank you so much. I just want to, something like, when you're talking about the menopause, it is something like that felt like the end of the life, but somebody has said it very beautifully. Menopause is not the sunset of woman's life. It is rather sunrise for an inner strength. And that inner strength can come only with the spirituality, and spirituality. Thank you so much.
I will say that it is a beautiful sunset. Sunset can be more beautiful than sunrise even. So sunset, which is very beautiful, is menopause in my eyes. And sir, today you have imparted a part of spirituality to all of us. स्पिरिचुअलिटी का एक कंपोनेंट ये भी है गिविंग गिविंग टू सोसाइटी गिविंग टू पीपल एज वी स्पीक ना कि हमको एम्प्टी होके जाना है इधर से ब्रेन से भी एम्प्टी होना है सब तरफ से एम्प्टी होके जाना चाहिए जब इस दुनिया से जाते हैं तो आज आपने इतनी सारी बहुत सारी अच्छी अच्छी बातें कही जिसके लिए हमारा कुछ कहना ऐसे कम शब्द पड़ जाएंगे बहुत ही अच्छा सर थैंक यू थैंक यू
Thank you, sir, for your superb and a very visionary talk. It is actually out of syllabus. From the morning, what you are listening, it is totally surpassing all the talks. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Now I request all the chairpersons to please come forward for a group photograph with sir. Respected Sudha ma'am, please come on dais. Sudha ma'am, Asha ma'am, Anita ma'am, please join.